Hey, it's Rich.
And Taylor.
With Town Wine and Spirits. So we're back. Some of our favorite episodes have been food pairing. So one of the classic food pairings, of course, we got to do is cheese. So I actually went out, grabbed a piece of Gouda, which is really one of my favorite cheeses,
But
actually.
is it just Gouda?
It's not just Gouda.
Okay.
We actually got an aged Gouda. So this is been aged for a year and a half. And that's the beauty of Gouda, actually, because it really changes drastically on kind of the age or what cheese you get. You could get something that is very young, which will be young, creamy and light in flavor. This is at a year and a half, so the intensity really becomes so much more nutty and just much more concentration of flavor. So Gouda, well, I knew it was from Holland or the Netherlands. There's actually a town called Gouda, which is not far from Rotterdam, so a little south of Amsterdam. Gouda is actually one of the oldest cheeses. It's been around since the late 1100s.
Wow, almost 1,000 years.
It's got its name because Gouda became the epicenter, if you would, of Holland for cheese trading. So the beauty here, though, we've done a bunch of research looking at a couple of different wines. People preferred some of the deeper, richer red wines to go with that. So that's what we selected, 3 favorites of ours. So we've tasted the wines, but we're going to actually now do a true, cheese wine taste to see which one is truly the best.
Which one we really like the best with the wine?
No.
With the cheese.
Yeah.
Which one we like best with the cheese? So we are going to start off with Nebbiolo, which when we're doing research wasn't one of the classic pairings, but we really like Nebbiolo and we really liked sort of its expression and how it works. So this is the Castello de Castellengo, which is going to be from Alto Piemonte, so northern Piedmont. It is 95% Nebbiolo and 5% Vespolina, which is another varietal from that area. And aged for 24 months in wood, predominantly not new wood though, because it doesn't really have that new wood impact on it.
So definitely lighter in color, immediately you could see, so it's not necessarily one of the heavier wines.
Right,
but,
absolutely. So this is 13% alcohol. So one of the things that we researched was that bigger, bolder, fuller red wines were kind of what you want to pair with this. Yeah. And so we decided to go, well, what if we do something a little bit lighter, a little bit fresher, but still a varietal that gives you a little bit of sort of tannin and grip to it and acidity.
Good cherry, fresh fruit here.
There's a savory side on the end, good acidity.
Oh, there's some good acid.
Yeah, good acid for sure.
All right, let's do a piece of cheese
here. Let's do it. That is really good cheese.
Oh my God. I love just the density of it. Mouthfeel, concentration. Oh,
it's so rich. It's just rich. And I love those little pockets of salt.
All right, let's see. It's okay.
What's interesting is it kind of makes the wine taste like nothing.
I think that it's funny. That's probably why they're recommending a very big wine, because of the intensity of the cheese.
Yeah.
It's still delicious.
The wine's great.
But it's not enhancing the
wine. Yeah,
all right,
exactly.
So all right. What's our next choice?
So the next one is going to be de Boel France, which is going to be a producer from northern Rhone Valley. They're based in Saint-Joseph. And this is their Le Gras c'est la vie, which is actually a bottling from the southern Rhone. It doesn't carry an AOC appellation because it has 45% Caladoc, which is not a varietal that you can use permitted as in the AOC rules, but it is a varietal that was crossed from Grenache and Malbec. Yep. The varietal was created to prevent against shatter, which is sort of an early season problem where when the vines don't have sort of enough sugar and carbohydrates in the vine, when it gets to flowering, it just can't quite produce the grapes, and therefore you get really uneven grapes or you don't get grapes at all. So the goal was to produce a varietal that sort of overcomes that problem on a more consistent basis.
So immediately the color is so much darker, huge fruit in the nose, unbelievable.
Big. Lots of concentration.
Oh, I like this one a lot. Just big, bold, easy drinking, not sweet, just good balance, but lots of concentration, lots of fruit.
There's a lot of wine on that palate.
There is a lot.
Yeah, you do get some good acidity. It is classic sort of Southern Rhone, sort of big and full and juicy. I don't know how anything competes with that cheese.
You can easily see the fruit expression is slightly getting enhanced from the cheese. I think a little bit of the salt that I'm getting is definitely helping.
There's more of a pepper note that's coming through with the cheese. It really accents that. It pulls down some of the boldness of the fruit and sort of tapers it down a little bit, so it's not quite as sort of rich. I think it also enhances sort of the slight herbal component of the wine that's there.
That's really nice.
That's well done. Yeah, that's cool. That's fun.
That's a good compliment.
So the last bottle is Trefethen Eshcol. So Eshcol was the original name of the property pre-prohibition. So the Trefethen family owns it now. So in honor of the history of the winery, they are naming sort of one of their flagship wines off of it. So this is all fruit coming off of their estate vineyards in Oak Knoll. And it's sort of a classic Bordeaux blend, because Bordeaux and Cabernet were sort of the two classic pairings that were suggested with aged Gouda. So this hits all 5 Bordeaux varietals, but predominantly Cabernet and Merlot.
I even think it's opening up so much more
completely,
just from when we tasted it earlier to kind of get a baseline, and it's amazing. Dark fruits, the herbal component has completely taken, elevated.
Yeah, but definitely more black fruits, dark fruits, black currants, black cherry, sort of blackberry, that sort of thing.
The wine's even better than the first sip we had. Keep going, all right, yeah. And then, so it'll be interesting how this holds up.
You need a little more?
This was enjoyable, so yeah.
I think this is really showing itself really well right now.
Wow,
it's really beautiful.
I literally could eat this whole block of cheese. That's a problem.
I know. That's perfect.
All right.
The experts.
All the articles I've read, exactly, they've nailed it.
Absolutely.
They nailed it. Cabernet Bordeaux is
Cabernet Bordeaux is the two, and so we sort of split the difference by going sort of Bordeaux style from Napa Valley.
Cheese itself, as we've already mentioned, it's just the intensity, the saltiness, the nut component you get from it. It clearly holds its weight and doesn't overpower the wine, but truly almost complements it.
Oh, absolutely. It's like these two, like the Gouda and the wine, were made for each other. You just get the weight and the texture in the wine stays with you the entire time.
It enhances the cheese and the wine, so that's the beauty complement here that you're getting.
Well, I think that's what the ultimate goal for any pairing is, for both components to work in concert together and enhance each other. Sometimes, like the first wine, the Nebbiolo really didn't do anything to enhance the cheese, and the cheese buried the wine.
It overpowered it.
Yeah, absolutely. The Rhone did much better, but here and the Bordeaux style, they both were just ascended to another level.
It is amazing though, like where you start reading these articles, and it's amazing how spot on. I mean, granted, yes, they are experts and they are.
Yeah, that's part of why we want to present these videos and do these food pairing videos. Is not only is it educational for all you guys, but it's also really educational for us to really get in and experience, like, we understand the theory behind it, putting the practical side to it, and really tasting these wines with the foods and going, okay, yes, that really, really works. That's beautiful, that's spot on.
Well, hey, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, or other than that, come on in.
We appreciate it. Thanks.
Thanks.